Hi there, students. An interlocutor. An interlocutor. The simple definition of this is somebody involved in a conversation. So there were 4 interlocutors on the television program discussing the government's new plan. Okay, so having a conversation, yeah. Interlocutors, people talking about something, people involved in a conversation, taking part in a conversation. Often this word interlocutor is used formally or officially. So very often, for example, an interlocutor is somebody who speaks as part of a group. Imagine a group of 20 people arrive at a restaurant, and one of them then speaks to the head waiter about the reservation. This is the interlocutor. Yeah, the interlocutor is the person who is part of the group but represents the group as well. Or maybe a group of people who are foreigners, but one of them speaks the local language. Then this person is the interlocutor who speaks with someone but representing the group as well. So the interlocutor here is part of the group and representing the group at the same time. So an interlocutor, somebody who takes part in a dialogue or a conversation. Yeah, the listening section of the exam, there were 3 interlocutors talking about British society. Okay, 3 people talking. Let's see, in politics you can have an interlocutor as well. In politics, an interlocutor is like a spokesman but slightly different. So you have an interlocutor for a government, but a spokesperson represents the position of the government, whereas an interlocutor, they give their own personal opinion about the government position. So before negotiations, maybe there is a conversation between the interlocutors of 2 different governments. So these 2 people, they talk about their own personal positions or opinions of the government, but this isn't a formal declaration. Yeah, this isn't. They're not formally speaking on behalf of the government. And then from from this conversation with the interlocutors, then more formal negotiations are undertaken. Okay, but again, interlocutor, somebody talking in as a representative. Okay, interlocutory. You can also use this verb as an adjective. This, I would say, as a legal word, an interlocutory decision in a court is like an interim decision, a provisional decision about a court case. Yeah, it's not the final decision, but it's at an intermediate stage between the beginning and the end of a legal action. That's slightly different though. But an interlocutor, somebody who's speaking. Maybe if you have a show, you have an MC, a master of ceremonies, yeah, and this person is the interlocutor in this event. Okay, he's the person who is speaking and explaining what's going to happen to the people who are watching. Okay, so yeah, but an interlocutor, somebody who takes part in a dialogue, who takes part in a conversation, very often a formal conversation with as a preliminary part to negotiations. Yeah, I mean, it's somebody who's greasing the wheels between two different groups. Okay, so formality, an interlocutor. I'm going to give it a 6 in formality. Use it in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal or formal writing. And then as to origin, again, this is another one from Latin. So inter, between, and loquor, to speak. Yeah, so you are speaking in between. There is actually a Latin word, interloquor, an intermediate decision, yeah, a provisional decision in a court. But interloquor, to speak between, and that's the idea. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Interlocutor.